Hello everybody, welcome back to me attempting to get every first place in every race on every cup in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Something that I keep forgetting to mention is that for the last like 3 videos now, or something like that, maybe even more, is I got a new mic. So if I sound different at all, if it sounds better or worse, you'll have to let me know. I've been working on just adjusting audio settings. Maybe it sounds exactly the same, and you guys never notice, so I don't know. That's not... I feel like that might, you know, in some cases be the best alternative, but I did get a new mic just because my old mic was like nothing special, like a $20 mic, and while I've had it for a while, it started doing this thing where the right headphone on it started going out because when I say mic, what I really mean is just headset. So the right, like, earphone or whatever the technical term for it is, I'm not sure, but it started going out, and I was having a bunch of issues with it, so I was like, you know, it's like, I started a new job recently, and I've been working there for like a month, and so it's like, I could afford to buy, like, a $50, you know, headset that'll hopefully last a little longer, so you guys will just have to let me know if it sounds better, sounds exactly the same, or if it sounds worse somehow. But I've been kind of messing around with OBS sound settings to try and get it to a level that I think it sounds very good. And I think so far these are the best settings that I've had on it. So, because as much as I've liked the new mic and headset, because it's been like very comfortable, I have had just a few issues with some like noise suppression in the background, because where I live it's like super hot all the time, so I always gotta have a fan going in my room, and I feel like when I was listening to it back, it was picking up a bit of the fan in the background, so the way I have it set now is hopefully making it so that it's not picking up all that background noise and everything. But regardless, you know, we're back. Been trying to get as much video editing done as possible. Kind of just been very busy with work because I had to set some set shifts, and then recently all my shift schedule had to change because of new hires, and some people and one person had to move, so they had to leave, and so it's just, you know, been a mess at work. So every time I feel like I'm good and able to get back to recording, there's always just, you know, something that happens and I end up behind again. But I'm hoping this time, for real, it's like I'm on a consistent enough schedule that I'm not going anywhere, I'm not doing anything crazy, that I can at least have video out every other day. But, you know, fingers crossed. You know, I say that, but I mean, let's wait, you know, like 2 days and watch as I already don't have another video posted, but regardless, I'm trying. It doesn't help either that, you know, because of my lack of posting, the YouTube algorithm has been coming after me a bit and hasn't been recommending my videos. So if you're watching this video, I am also just started posting some videos on Super Mario RPG. I have one up on the channel as of the time of recording this video, and by the time you see this video, I'll probably have another one scheduled or another one up already. So if you guys are interested in that series, it is up. It's just that it hasn't been getting recommended very much because of my, inconsistency with uploads, which, while it's frustrating, it's also, partially big part my fault for not being very, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, doing a lot of, upkeep on having, videos out, at least at a semi-constant rate, because I used to, try to do daily, but now it's just, I try to do every other day, and if I have some clips to share, then I'll add those in the in-between days, but I don't know, fingers crossed. I am doing my best to get back to a, at least every other day schedule. But anyway, enough about my personal life and recording stuff and all that. Let's talk about some Mario Kart. So it's like this cup is super interesting to me because I feel like it's, no offense, but kind of forgettable in a lot of the races. I feel like Twisted Mansion that I'm playing right now is the standout course, if I'm being honest. Because I feel like every other course on this cup, wow, they kind of just fall into that middle category of being a fun course to play, in my opinion. If someone were to choose one of those courses, I'd never be like, oh, this course. I'd always be kind of just like, oh, that's cool with me. But it's not. But if given the opportunity to pick a course, I'd probably never pick it just because there's so many other courses on the list that would be kind of, I guess, taking priority in my mind of just I like this course better. But I think it's the one exception is this stage, Twisted Mansion. I feel like every time me and others get together and have a big Mario Party, or not Mario Party, sorry, wrong franchise, or wrong series, Mario Kart night, I feel like this always ends up being picked at least once. Which, I mean, after playing an hour or two of gameplay, I mean, I feel like that says a lot about, how much me and my friends and family overall enjoy this course in particular, seeing as this game has so many courses, honestly, a massive selection of them, which I think, honestly, is why I like this game so much, is just partly just because I feel like it just controls the best, but also just a massive course selection that it's got. Out of all the places to get re-shelled, that was probably the nicest. Although it did knock me to second for a second there. I'm worried this one might actually be a bit close, but we're good. Looked a little bit sketchy there for a second or two. Because, yeah, Yoshi's right there, right behind me. So we're cutting it a bit close. But I feel like a lot of these, especially in the earlier cups, I feel like there's just a lot of stages that, I'm trying to think of the word, it's they almost just feel very safe, if that makes sense, from a gameplay perspective, where they're made to be they have some gimmicks, but I never consider them really difficult courses to deal with, and so I feel like they're just very safe and very easy to get the hang of. But I will say, I don't think necessarily the difficulty of the course makes it a bad course or anything, because I mean, come on, you got Rainbow Road always, which is notorious for you know, them trying to make it difficult as you know, kind of the nod to it being the final course. But I'm like, just because, you know, it's difficult doesn't mean I dislike it. Especially because it's like some of these courses I feel like I've played enough that it feels very rewarding just to know kind of all the tips and tricks to the course and to do well on it despite its like quote-unquote difficulty. So I don't necessarily view difficulty as like a bad thing or anything, but I also feel like, you know, some of the same courses a lot of the times, like at the very least, I'll like end the course thinking, oh yeah, that was, you know, it was fun. Maybe nothing like fantastic, but still pretty fun. I feel like one of the exceptions that at least comes to my mind in terms of like what I would consider like a really fun, safe course is Moving Meadows, because I just really enjoy that stage. Honestly, it's just like, I don't know, if I could give you like a solid reason as to why I would be like, I consider that stage so fun, but for whatever reason, I always have. But at the same time, I also feel like it is very much just a safe course, you know. Like, yeah, you got cows and stuff being obstacles, but other than that, there's not really much to it. But anyway, that completes the Flower Cup, and honestly, wasn't too difficult. Like I said, you know, in terms of cups, Flower Cup's kind of the one that it feels a bit forgettable. I feel like this one and Banana Cup are like the most forgettable ones to me, while still being like good in terms of race quality and all that stuff. But hey, you know, that's another one down, and I'll see you in the next one for the next cup. Bye, everybody.